Good morning. Welcome to King Size Conversations, MODEX edition 2026. Opportunity to where leaders come together and talk about supply chain, leadership, and what's going on in the industry today. This morning, I have Greg Baer with me with MHI. Morning, Greg.
Morning.
How's the show going so far?
I think it's going well. I've had the chance to talk to several exhibitors in a few different spots of the hall, and it seems like day one exceeded our expectations a little bit. They said they're seeing the right traffic. People are coming with projects in hand. So today should be even busier than Monday. So we're happy with day one.
So, Greg, for those that are listening, what exactly do you do behind the scenes? I see your posts on LinkedIn, super active, making sure things come together here, but talk to me about the role that you, such an important role you have here at MHI, and helping all of us as exhibitors get things together.
Yeah, so my role at MHI is VP of Sales. So most of the year we're traveling and trying to find new companies that want to exhibit in our events. So that's a large part of what we are doing. And then as we transition into the setup phase, we kind of transition ourselves into more of a consultant role. So we take pride, my entire exhibitions team, we take pride in being a resource for our exhibitors. We want to be present. We're here, from when they start taping the floor through the end of the show. We feel we don't want to hide from the exhibitors. We're present on the show floor to be a resource. So if somebody can't find a box or if somebody needs an electrician, we want to be able to escalate that and help them out as much as possible. Leading up to the event, we're on many phone calls consulting with new exhibitors that might not have experience.
Sure.
So we want to
make sure walk through that process.
Walk them through the process, walk them through the GES manual, whatever they might not be familiar with. There's not really a class that teaches exhibiting in college, so we have a lot of new marketers that are coming into the industry that have never exhibited before. So I think being present is kind of our motto. We don't want to put ourselves in a position where our members, our exhibitors, cannot reach one of us to answer a question, and that's 7 days a week.
That's almost like a universal truth within sales, right? Being present and always engaging. Because if you're not, then someone else will, right? Fills that void. Let's talk about that 5% that no one sees, that Greg does, but no one else may see or hear, to make something like this come together for all of us exhibitors here at the show.
Yeah, well, I think it goes back to being a resource, and that's for me. It's 24/7. I mean, I deal with our European and Asian exhibitors, so I'm getting texts and WhatsApps and WeChatted at all hours of the night. On the show floor, leading up to building out the show, there is a lot of behind-the-scenes activities that we're involved in, whether it's trying to find crates or meeting with the GES reps to make sure everything is in line. That's something we spend a lot of time doing during the show setup. But again, leading up to it, building out ShowPro, for example, our marketing conference. I start doing that in normally around February.
Wow.
So we bring together speakers, content to help educate our exhibitors before the show. And that ShowPro marketing conference is kind of it's a 2-day conference that we built out. Again, trying to make sure they have all the resources they need as you're coming into a show. So a lot of time goes into building that on the side. The other 5% of my time.
Yeah. So you've got a bunch of crazy exhibitors here. What's some crazy things that have kind of transpired without naming any names, but like some crazy things that you've had to work through or deal with various shows?
So, we moved in over 6 million pounds of freight for this event over, Tuesday through Sunday. As you probably know, some things can go missing. The king went on a little.
He did go AWOL.
He went AWOL
a couple of years ago. That's right.
Some of the things that happened. We had an exhibitor this year She called me on Tuesday, and they were missing a crate, number 18 out of 26, and it was a critical piece of their exhibit. So we had all hands on deck. We had GES, we had MHI staff. We were riding around the boneyard outside where the crates are stored. GES was crawling through 18 different trailers back at their warehouse trying to find this one particular crate. This lasted all the way through Sunday morning, and I got a text from Chuck. She wanted us to meet her at her booth, and we get into the booth, and she's like, I'm normally very patient, and Chuck and I look at each other like, what's coming next?
Yeah, the hammer's about to fall.
And after all the efforts that went into finding it, she as well, I found my crate, and it was stacked on top of one of the crates that's been in our booth.
Oh no!
So she was embarrassed,
super apologetic, right?
Super apologetic, and it was, we were fine with it, but it's one of those things. It's so chaotic around here. There's crates everywhere. There's boxes here and there. They all look the same, and sometimes those things go missing. You'll find crates, on the other side of the hall that might need to be on this side of the hall just because a fork truck driver went on break and decided to set it down. So there's things like that you deal with during setup to try and help the exhibitor.
I was talking to Daniel McKinnon last night about show setup and teardown, and he says it's amazing because you guys get here when you first arrive, it's bare concrete.
Yeah.
They got to mark the lines of where all the booths go, and then when you leave, it's bare concrete again.
Yeah.
So you move 6 million pounds plus into how many ever square feet are here in Atlanta, and then move it back out again, high stress.
Yeah.
Gotta execute.
It takes 6 days to set up, and it's all out of here in 2.5, 3 days.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Some new exciting news. I heard ripple down through the grapevine and landed at our booth here yesterday.
Yeah.
MHI is going west. Is that true?
Yeah. Viva Las MODEX.
Viva Las MODEX.
I guess that's the new term. Yeah,
we're make shirts.
Shirts. We're gonna make poker chips. We're gonna really dive into the Vegas theme. But yeah. We over the years we've had conversations with our exhibitors that anecdotally, hey, you guys should do something out west, and we did some research over the last 18 months, and we were kind of shocked at the small number of West Coast attendees that would come to a MODEX, and that led us to doing some research with our exhibitors. We reached out to a mix of large and small exhibitors to kind of get their feedback on, does your marketing budget allow for an additional show? Because there's a really rich market out west that we want to tap into.
Sure.
And with the quality of our shows, the quality of the association, we feel we can do something right, an equipment-based show, tap into that Mexican market, tap into the West Coast market.
Yeah.
And just be another resource for the industry out west. So we're full speed ahead, excited about it. It's going to be a lot of work. Staffing wise, we're going to try and do it with the existing staff this first go around.
There you
go. So yeah, we're ready to dive into it and get planning.
So Viva Las Vegas 2028.
2028.
Okay, looking forward to it.
That's right.
Looking forward to seeing you there. Appreciate you coming up.
Yeah.
Today, Greg, I know you're busy, but thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks.